Hello and welcome back. Sorry, we must be having some technical difficulties. We didn't even realize it, did we? We've got a 5-0 Chilhowie lead here in the semifinals over George Wythe here as we get ready to kick off the bottom of the second inning. Sorry about that. Like I said, we didn't really realize what was happening as far as what we've seen so far. Forrest Haga hit a home run. Pierce doubled. And Dalton Armstrong doubled. I think they were here to hear that, but just in case.
And once again, George Wythe left 2 runners on base as Calm struck out to end that inning. And now we got the bottom of the second with Tyler Pierce up the bat again to lead off the inning.
Yeah, with Pierce back up, we'll have to see what happens. You definitely don't want to see the same, you don't want to see the same batter come up as leadoff 2 innings. First pitch to Pierce is inside for a ball. Got a quick 1-0 count.
Chilhowie's trying to win their 4th consecutive district tournament championship this year. And it looks pretty easy for them to be able to pave their way through that.
Yeah, with them, the way they play, Pierce is going to line one out to center field over the center fielder's head. Sheets will round second. He's going to hold up at second base. So that's going to be another double. Pierce. I said Sheets. Pierce is in for another double. So he's had 2 doubles tonight.
You're right there as a center fielder. Your first step's always going to want to be back right there on that ball. He took his first step up and he got burned on that one. He might have had a chance to get back there and catch that one. Now that was Toole on the play.
Yeah, Toole just sort of, he stepped in a little bit too much and
got a little anxious on that one.
You can get burnt pretty easy out there now if there's a lot of space out there.
Definitely.
Now batting is Reed Sturgill, the second baseman. He hit .295 last year for the Warriors.
And walked.
I'm sure he's matched that this year.
He squares around the bunt.
Yeah, he was going to show bunt right there, but he pulled it back, so first pitch was a ball. Yeah, you look at how dominant Chilhowie's been. It's been a pretty amazing year for them. Pretty amazing past 2 years for them.
It's been a really good past 2 years.
The 1-0 pitch is on the way with Pierce on second. It's going to be fouled back for a strike, so 1-1 count.
I think in the past 2 seasons, not counting this year, the Warriors combined for a 44-6 record, which is pretty amazing for 2 seasons.
That's crazy. Well, now you can say 5 and then add 20 to it.
Yeah, because this year they're 19-1 and hoping to be 20-1 after this game.
The 1-1 on the way ties up Sturgill for the second strike. It's a good off-speed pitch right there by Grimes. Yeah, the Warriors are 19-1 this year. So.
And Chilhowie and George Wythe, their schedules haven't really been that easy this year either. Chilhowie's non-conference schedule's been Marion and Grayson County.
The 1-2 pitch is fouled back.
They've also ended up playing Galax and James Rither, which are pretty good teams, considering the area we're at.
Yeah, considering they're going out of their way to play these teams, too.
They even went down to a tournament down in Gatlinburg, and they played Gatlinburg, Pittenham, and Volunteer, and they both came away with the win both times.
Yeah, so they've played quality opponents. You can say what you want about Holston, because they haven't played anybody.
No, they haven't. We'll get to that later tonight.
Sturgill's going to line one up the middle. They're going to bring Pierce around for an RBI. Sturgill's going to go ahead and take second there on some miscommunication by the cutoff men, so he's going to get a double and an RBI. We've got a 6-0 Chilhowie lead.
And now for George Wythe's schedule, they've had a tough non-conference schedule. They played Fort Chiswell, Auburn, Floyd County, and Pulaski, which are pretty good teams.
Yeah, George Wythe definitely didn't do it. A first-year head coach came in and scheduled a pretty tough schedule.
Well, that's what you want to do. You get better by playing better teams. You don't want to be like Holston coming out here playing Twin Springs and Twin Valley.
Hey, they'll take it, though. They started off all right.
They did. They started off with
Wallace middle. First pitch is fouled back by Forrest Haga, so Forrest Haga's back up. So everybody's holding their breath on the George Wythe side.
Yeah, hoping he doesn't hit another home run to send this one 7-0.
Especially with that runner on second.
Be 8-0 if he gets this one out. And Haga's definitely a tough batter to face right now for Grimes.
So we traded doubles right there, first inning. Haga's going to hit a hard ground ball to third base. He's going to be thrown out, so that's his 21st time he's gotten out this year.
But he did do his job. He got the runner over to third base, which put it even closer to scoring. 90 feet away from scoring now as T.J. Lewis steps up in the batter's box.
Yeah, so Haga gets out, but he moves, of course, Sturgill over to third base. So put him in position here for T.J. Lewis. That's just crazy, though. That
the stats on
Yeah, he's
Haga.
only gotten out 21 times this year, counting that one. 21 times this year. That's 20 games.
That's pretty good. Gotten out, well, now 21 games, so he's gotten out once every game. I mean, to be able to say that means you're a pretty accomplished hitter.
So George Wythe can knock him out of that position here later on if they can get him out at least one more time.
Now as Lewis, the cleanup hitter, steps in.
Yeah, Lewis has got a 1-0 count on him after the first pitch was away for a ball. The 1-0's in the dirt. It's going to get by the catcher. Here comes Haga in at the plate. He's going to be safe, so he's got a 7-0 Chilhowie Warrior lead now after Haga steals home on a pass ball. So George West really not helping themselves either, though.
As Sturgill got home on that one.
Scores, yeah. Haga got out. I got excited there.
Now the bases are cleared again, a clean slate. Maybe this will help Grimes' composure a little bit. He's got a 2-0 count, though. He needs to throw a strike right here.
See what happens here. And the bases are fresh again. I had Haga scoring. He was in the dugout. So
do we have a score update?
Yeah, we have a score update. Bottom of the fourth. It's 11-0 Holston. So
Holston's looking on to go to that.
It looks like that game's going to be
championship.
Yeah, they're going to be
one more inning of play, as long as Patrick Henry doesn't score. But now Patrick Henry's season won't be over. They did make the region tournament. I'm not sure what seed they are, but they will go on to play in the regions.
We'll know about all that, and we might be trying to broadcast it. I'll have to see. So we've got a 2-1 count here. The 2-1 is low for another ball, so we're to a 3-1 count.
And next year, as the VHSL goes to the Class 6 system, Marion will be joining the Hoagie-Higgy district.
What do you think about that?
That'll be exciting. I think that'll put some pressure on Chilhowie in just about everything. And George Wythe in basketball and football. Because Marion, they had a pretty good basketball team this year.
The 3-1 is high for a ball, so T.J. Lewis is going to walk now. Batting is Jeffrey Johnson. And as far as as far as Marion, do you really think it's fair, though, to teams in the Hoagie-Higgy to have to, like Patrick Kent? I know Chilhowie may be challenged, but think about everybody else,
So Marion's going to be double A, and everybody else is going to be single A, so it's a little weird that they're going to allow them to come into the district.
Looks like Coach Kevin Dalton is going to come out to the mound for a visit, so they're going to.
Chilhowie has played Marion this year. In the first game, which was the first game of the year for Chilhowie, they won 10-0. But the second game, they only won 10-7. So Marion showed some improvement, and they have a pretty young team, so they might be able to give Chilhowie a run for their money next year.
I just don't understand what Marion's thinking. They're going to, their non-district schedule this year was Hoagie-Higgy teams.
Yeah.
Next year, are they going to play Abingdon?
I don't know.
And
I think they're a little afraid of Abingdon. I think that's why they want to get out of that Southwest district.
You think so?
I believe so.
He's already calling out Marion on the Spreaker page. So now batting is Jeffrey Johnson. Of course, Abingdon's not bad at anything they do.
They have a pretty good baseball team this year and a basketball team. They competed in the Tennessee Highs
The first
RB
pitch
Classic.
is lined down the third base line as Jeffrey Johnson hits it. They're going to hold the runner on at second. So now we've got runners on second and first after the hard single.
As Dustin Creasy steps up to the plate.
So the big single right there by Jeffrey Johnson. We've got one out, and Chilhowie, like I said, leads George with 7-0 on 5 hits.
Creasy could get a double or even a triple right here. That'd be 9-0. That'd put him really close to being able to end this game early for.
We may be in the hospitality 10 a little early,
we might be.
First pitch
Creasy
to Creasy is bunted down the third base line. Creasy's got some wheels. He's going to beat it out. The runner on third is going to get in here at home plate. There's going to be a play at the plate. He's going to be safe. So that's going to be the 8th run by Chilhowie on the bunt right there that Creasy beat out. That's definitely take an RBI bunt with a runner on second base to start that sequence.
That's a good bunt. That's where you want to lay that down. Put that right between the third base and the pitcher. Cause the third baseman to run up and try to make a play. He made a good throw. Just wasn't on line as much as he wanted to. He got to the ball in time, though.
Now batting Caleb Sheets with runners on first and third. On third is Johnson, and on first is Creasy. So we'll see what they do with the pitcher Sheets here. But Sheets isn't a bad hitter either, even though he's their ace pitcher. He's got a .279 batting average and 22 RBIs. There's really nobody you can take lightly on this Chilhowie lineup.
You got to respect all your opponents that you play. And Sheets, as he fouls that one off into right field, is looking for his first hit today.
Yeah, he didn't. What did he do the first time?
He popped out to center field his first at bat.
Pop out to center, so he's definitely hoping to get back in the hit column here.
And Chilhowie, they won the regular season district champion this year, which was the 8th time in a row they've won the Hoagie-Higgy regular season district championship.
And
so they've been pretty dominant.
They've only won it 10 times their whole history, but they've won it 8 times in a row. And before that, they won in 1989 and 1972. So you have to go back in time a little bit.
2006 all the way to the present, they've won the Hoagie District Tournament Championship.
And
but they haven't, or not the tournament championship, just the regular season. They've only won the tournament championship 5 times.
Yeah, their tournament championship run has not been great, but it doesn't matter as long as you win one of them. You got to win either one of them.
To advance the district, they've had pretty good baseball teams.
0-2 pitch here to Sheets is away for a ball. So we've got a 1-2 count. Looked like they were trying to do a pitch out right there to see if they were going to do something with a first and third right there. Maybe put that runner in motion.
If this catcher would pay a little more attention, Creasy over at first base, he was kind of walking back to the back right there. Might be able to pick him off. I mean, George Wythe could use the out. The run really doesn't really matter right now. They just need some outs.
1-2, Creasy goes. It's going to be a chopper hit right at second base. Second baseman's going to mishandle. It's going to be the 8th run of the inning. Creasy's going to get to third as the ball rolls out.
That's an error on the second baseman. That was a good situational hitting right there. 9-0. As the score is 9-0 now.
It's 8.
8-0 now.
Sure it's 9? Oh, the steal at home, so that would be 9-0.
Second baseman was caught off guard there as he was going for the steal, and the runner hit the ball behind him. He had to make a great play to get over there, and he almost got over there in time. Took it off his foot. That's a tough play to make.
Now batting's Dalton Armstrong with runners on first and third here.
He doubled his first at bat, so he's looking to do something again, try to get one of these runners in.
See what Dalton does here the first time, like Lucas said, double for an RBI.
Yeah.
And he's a hitter.
He's been pretty good to be the 8th hitter. He's hitting really good right now for Chilhowie.
Like
they're glad to have him.
If your 8th hitters hit home runs, 5 or 6 home runs.
He hit 4 in a row, 4 in straight games before, so this year, so that's pretty good. I mean,
it's crazy.
That's insane.
First pitch is a ball, so we got a 1-0 count on Dalton Armstrong.
And with these new BB Core bats, the ball doesn't come off as well as others, so you have to get a little more onto it to get it out of these.
Yeah, that's especially with what Forrest Hague has done, 5 home runs this year.
He's a good hitter.
Second pitch to Armstrong is down low in the dirt. So 2-0 count. Runners are still on first and third.
And Chilhowie, they will be advanced to the region tournament, of course, and are looking to repeat what they did last year and win in the region tournament for the second time in the history. They also won it in 1972.
Yeah, that's big. It's a big-time deal for them, and you knew it was going to happen eventually. They were getting there, talent-wise. This year, I feel like they've got it all together, and they're working as a team. And
I think they do. They've had better teams in the past, but they have
something's going good for them.
They got a good, experienced group of seniors. I think that's what's holding them together right now. They've played together for a long time.
We've got a 3-0 count here on Armstrong. He's going to get pegged in the arm, so he's going to get walked. Now the number 9 hitter, Corey Heath's going to come up.
With the bases loaded. So if he can get a hit right now, he can score 2 or 3 runs right now.
We'll just have to see right now what Corey Heath's going to do with the bases loaded. Number 9 hitter coming up. So
there's only 1 out, so big things can happen right now.
We'll have to see. It's still 1 out, and we're in danger. They're in danger, unless they get a double play here, of going back up to the top of the order where we started this inning with Pierce.
And he's hit 2 doubles already, so he's had a pretty good day.
First pitch is a strike on the inside corner, so Grimes gets the strike.
Gets that curveball in there for that strike.
He's working the curveball now, but I don't know if it's enough. I mean, 9-0 in the second inning.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. That's not what George Wythe wanted to come out with.
Chilhowie's come out hitting the ball, though. Second pitch is on the way. It's going to be fouled back behind us here in the booth, so we're at a 0-2 count. See if he can get him swinging right here and get the second out of the inning.
George Wythe's got 1 out. They really need an out right now. Take it any base you can get it. Double play would be great for him right now.
Or just a strikeout.
Any
get out of it as easy as you can.
They really need desperately to get back in that dugout, get to pick themselves up and score some runs.
0-2 is a curveball inside for a ball.
Left that one hanging a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's not quite on top of the ball as much as he was Saturday.
Yeah, if Heath can get it. I figured he was going to try to foul that one off, but he didn't.
No, that's pretty disciplined to leave that one up there.
The 1-2 is in the dirt for a ball. It's going to get by the catcher, but the runners will not advance.
Runners stay. That was probably a good decision. I got back there pretty quick. The catcher did so.
Yeah, Creasy's going to hold there. And something you see with Chilhowie is you see speed with all these guys.
They do have pretty good speed, except for maybe at first base.
Maybe not Armstrong
at first base,
but everybody else.
They're a pretty talented team, and they have 7 reserves, so they got some speed on the bench if they need it.
The 2-2 is a ball, so we're at a full 3-2 count. It's definitely not the way Grimes wanted this at bat to go after going up 0-2 to start the at bat.
Yeah, it's been a rough day for Grimes and the whole George Wythe team.
So bases loaded here. The 3-2 pitch with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning is going to be popped up just behind third base. Everybody's coming to the ball. It's going to get down. Creasy will score. They're going to try to get the out at third. They're not going to be able to get it.
That's a tough play to make right there for all of them. The third baseman's got to turn around and get back there real quick. That probably should have been his ball. He just kind of looked out, hoping someone else catch it. Right there, you got to be a ball player and attack the ball.
Yeah, there wasn't very many people that could make that play. That's
a tough play. It's right there in that
dead zone,
triangle.
especially whenever they're playing as deep as they are, like the outfielders for Georgia Wythe are. Now we're back up to the top with Tyler Pierce. He's doubled both times today, and the bases are loaded, so he's got a chance here to really do some damage. 10-0, bottom of the second with 1 out. Georgia Wythe just hadn't been able to get anybody out so far.
So Howard's already got 7 hits, so looking to get another one right here.
First pitch is a strike, so we're back to a 0-1 count. And all the Holston fans standing over watching, this is an offense that can really tear it up.
Holston or Northwood get the privilege of playing whoever wins this game, which right now is expected to beat Chilhowie. It'd be pretty tough for Georgia Wythe to come back from this one.
Yeah, Georgia Wythe might as well.
You can't quit though. You gotta keep playing. You gotta
just
play
not
hard.
even look at the scoreboard.
Gotta give it all.
You gotta stop them eventually though.
Yeah, need to.
You can tell
really
Dieters
need to get
is not
this out
very
right
happy.
here.
Nobody looks like they're
not talking. They're kind of dead out there. They don't really want to be out here today. It doesn't look like. Got the right fielder over there with his hand on his hip, not really paying attention.
The 0-2 pitch is on the way from Grimes.
You got to be on the balls of your feet, ready to get the ball.
Yeah, you got to be
want to expect it every play.
0-2 is fouled back, and we got a final from the Patrick Henry Holston game. Patrick Henry loses to Holston 11-0. So that's the final.
Holston will
the
play
softball.
the winner of the Chilhowie Northwood game tomorrow. And the 2-seed Northwood, they beat Chilhowie in the past, so they're expecting they can go on and play Holston.
And it's not over for Patrick Henry softball
No,
either.
it's not. They get to play in the
They'll still go on in the region.
They've had a pretty good year this year.
Yeah, they've really bounced back. They've pulled off. They've won 6 of their last 7.
And they have a fairly young team. I think they've only got 3 seniors, and they've lost 1 to an injury, so they've only got 2 seniors, so they should be pretty good next year as well. And they also have a first-year coach this year. The softball team does.
Coach Crabtree.
Coach Crabtree. He helped coach with the basketball team this year too.
And he's been a long-time assistant for
Yes.
his son plays first base for Holston.
He does.
So we'll see him tonight.
Yes.
We've got a 1-2 count here on Pierce. Pierce is going to hit it out to center field to Toole. Toole's going to settle under it for the second out of the inning.
See, Toole got a better jump on that ball right there. That was about the same place Pierce hit it last time. First step back, he got underneath it and was able to retire the runner. But Pierce did do his job. He did get 1 run in.
Yeah, the runner tagged up from third base, so now we're 11-0. Chilhowie with runners on first and second. Armstrong on second.
2 outs.
And Pierce, who's on?
Sturgill's up to bat.
Yeah, Sturgill's up to bat.
Here comes a pitch from
He's on first.
Grimes.
I was trying to figure out who's on. Ground ball hit from second
right
baseman. It's in
score.
the gap. Armstrong's going to
Armstrong.
round third. He's going to head home. And everybody else is going to stand in, so it's going to be.
Got runners on the corner right here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sturgill stealing right here. Maybe get a bad throw, get another run across.
13-0 now. Chilhowie with runners on first and third again. And now batting is Forrest Haga. So Chilhowie's batted around now by 2 batters. So.
Yeah, and at one point in the season, Chilhowie had beat the Hogan District opponents. Average score 51-4 of all the combined games.
Yeah, the first 4.
That's
crazy.
51-4, just thinking 4 games. That's a lot of runs that they've scored and a lot they've held other
first
teams
pitch,
too.
Yeah, first pitch to Haga is away for a ball, so we've got a 1-0 count. Haga so far in this game has homered. Well, 3 was it a grand slam? Or was it just a 2? It was a 2-run.
I think it was a 2-run home run.
And he grounded out to third, but he did move the runner. George Wythe's going to throw it down after a steal attempt by Corey Heath. He will take second.
This year, Chilhowie, like I said, they have a solid group of seniors this year. They've got 7 seniors playing for them this year, so they're gonna miss them this year. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of players missing next year for this Chilhowie team. That'll be a big question mark.
It will be a big question mark. Hopefully, someone can dethrone them next year.
So now
maybe Marion. I mean, look at Marion; they're pretty young.
We've got a 3-0 count here on Forrest Haga. And last time 3-0, Haga hit a home run. So with runners on first and second, here's the pitch. Low for a ball, so going to walk Haga right there, which may not be the worst thing ever. Now batting is T.J. Lewis with the bases loaded and 2 outs here at the bottom of the second.
Haga, but you got someone equally as threatening coming up to bat now.
That's the thing. This Chilhowie lineup never really lets up.
They don't.
Number 22.
Very well coached. Jeff Robinson's done a really good job with this team this year and in the past.
Oh yeah, his whole coaching stint so far here, he's had some. Well, as you said, 8 straight.
8 straight. That's a lot of wins. And now
we'll see what
there was a
TJ
meeting
does
up
here.
at the mound. I'm not sure what it was about. Just trying to calm Grimes down a little bit, get him relaxed. I'll have 2 outs. They just need 1 more out.
First pitch is a ball on the outside. You know, they can't buy an out right now, though. Georgia
They
can't.
couldn't. They really need to pull together right now and get an out. Someone needs to make a play.
And they haven't made an error yet.
Oh, they made one error. That one at second base when that guy was stealing. But that's a tough play to make.
Oh yeah, it was. Second pitch is a strike on the outside
They
corner.
just really haven't thrown strikes. That's what hurt them the most is pitching.
Strikes and walks.
Yeah. Every time he
I mean,
walks,
Chilhowie's one of those timely teams. If you walk somebody, they're going to bring them
Yeah,
in.
they're going to take advantage of your mistakes. Here comes the pitch from Grimes.
Yeah, the 1-1 is on the way, outside corner, low for a ball. So bases loaded. TJ Lewis is up.
2-1 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. It's already 13-0. So Charlie come off to a pretty hot start.
It was either George Wythe was going to hang with them for a little bit, but they really weren't even able to get the wheels turning.
No, and
It's
over there in the
one of those-
softball team, it appears they're getting the field ready for the Chilhowie Northwood game, which will be coming up next.
I think that might be a pretty good game as far
I
as
think it will be.
I'd like to see Northwood hosted in a championship.
Last week, Patrick Henry was able to upset Northwood, which was a big shocker to most people. Upset them 4-2, which kind of shook up the Hoagie Higgy standings a little bit.
Yeah, it sort of messed some things up. It's good to upset some people. We've got a 3-2 full count here on TJ Lewis with the bases loaded. Here's a big time situation for TJ, even though the score is 13-0.
Oh yeah.
Just the fact that
if
he's got
you
a
walk
chance
him,
here
that's
to
a
rack
run.
up
If he
some
gets a hit,
RBIs.
that's a run. So
Yeah, the 3-2 pitch
runners
is
should
on
be
the way.
stealing right now.
Going to be a ground ball hit to third
That's an
base.
error
Third
right there by
baseman's
third
going to
baseman.
bobble
Run
it,
Scores.
and that would be Paul Stanley.
It's a tough play right there. You got to make that play and
It's going
step
to
on the
be
bag
a
to get him out. You gotta
14-0
make that
score
play.
now with 2 outs still. So that was an error by Paul Stanley, and so far in the tournament, Paul Stanley has 5 errors.
He's had a rough day. I mean,
He had a rough day against you all.
He did. He just needs to catch that ball and step on the bag, bases loaded. That's a easy out. You got to make that play.
Yeah, I guess it's where it's been so long since the infield really hadn't been a part of this game.
They have. They've been hitting the ball in the outfield.
Chilhowie
You
is
still
not.
got to make that play. That's an easy play, especially when your team's struggling right now. Your pitcher's trying his hardest. It's just a rough.
Yeah, it's just a bad. It's a bad day to be a pitcher.
It is.
I'm glad I'm not pitching. And now batting is Jeffrey Johnson. He already has a 1-0 count, and he's 1 for 2 today. Second pitch is a ball, 2-0.
Jeffrey Johnson's older brother, Brett Johnson, he went on to play at Emory and Henry, and he also played for the Warriors last year.
Yeah, they had some good players last year too.
They did. They had some good players last year.
But they didn't have as many as they do now.
No, they didn't have as many seniors last year, so I think it's really going to hurt them next year.
Johnson's going to ground it to
Another
second
error
base,
on
and
the
it's
second
going to get
baseman.
by the second baseman.
The runner kind of
Bays.
stopped in front of him, kind of maybe messed up his sight a little bit, but
And so there's another run scored. So now we're at 15-0.
Collins on that error right there. I mean, that's tough from George Wythe. They've 2 errors this inning back to back. I mean, you got 2 outs. You got to make a play right there. Those are easy ground ball outs.
The Warriors have messed up my stat sheet where I try to keep up with the stats.
Yeah, they've
They've hit around.
hit around.
I've never seen. I mean, they've hit around 2 innings in a row.
I know. Here comes a pitch. There's Creasy's going
Creasy's
opposite
gonna
field.
pop
That looks
one
like that's going to be down.
Opposite field. It's going to get by Bays. It's going
he
to
almost hit that
off
one out.
the end of the
Creasy's
fence.
gonna-
1 run will score. 2 runs will score. The third runner will hold up at third as Creasy's in with a stand-up double. So we're at 17-0.
Grimes right there.
Chilhowie.
Left that one up and out over the plate a little bit, and Creasy took it the other way. He almost hit a home run right there. It hit the fence in the air, which is kind of surprising for someone Creasy's stature. He's not a very big guy.
He's not the most muscular guy out there on the field.
No, he got around on that ball and he hit it hard for a stand-up double.
He's down there for a double. So up next will be Caleb Sheets. George Wythe has called a timeout here to talk to the pitcher. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Patrick Henry High School, where we are hosting the 2013 Hogo Higgy Baseball Tournament. We've got a pitching change for George Wythe, and
third pitcher of the night for George West, so it hasn't been a very good night. They're only in the second inning.
They trail 17-0 to the Chilhowie Warriors with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. So things have definitely not went well for George With.
Yeah, Bays was the first pitcher, and he wasn't unable to
Bays
get
didn't finish
out.
an inning. Yeah.
And then Grimes came in. He's gotten 5 outs, so he's pitched 1.2 innings.
So now pitching is Paul Stanley. He was the third baseman. He made the error just a second ago. It could have got him out of the inning, but wasn't able to.
I believe that Grimes may be going to third base. Maybe he can make that play.
Grimes is going to move to third.
Stanley
Those are your
wasn't able to play over
changes.
there.
Grimes has played everywhere. He started off in right field, pitching, and now he's at third base.
Sort of a utility guy out there.
We'll have to see what happens here. As they're just trying to get out of this marathon inning. It's been a long inning for.
Stanley can come in and get this out real quick so they can get back in there, regroup their thoughts a little bit.
Yeah, it's just a shame we didn't have a better showing for George With here today.
It is. I was hoping they would come out and compete a little bit with Chilhowie, but that didn't happen. 16-0 in the bottom of the second inning.
The
so
first round bye really helped Chilhowie more than I imagined it would. I figured that since they hadn't played it a while, maybe things would change, but evidently not.
And another thing that might be surprising, T.J. Lewis last year, he made the first team All-State honors for catcher.
Now batting is the number 7 hitter, Caleb Sheets. He's a starting pitcher as well. He's still on the mound.
And Forrest Hagan made honorable mention All-State last year for a utility player. Which, I mean,
but he'll win something big this year with that batting average he's got.
Yeah, he should make first team.
Got a
Expected to anyway.
Got a 1-0 count there.
That's a rip right there by Sheets. That might be gone.
Sheets is going to hit that one out in the gap.
He's
going to hit a home run too. That's going to be a 3-run home run.
And now it is
by Caleb Sheets.
19-0. Chilhowie. Bottom of the second inning, 2 outs.
So
home
that
run
is
right there by Sheets, 19-0.
So that is an even 20 right there for Chilhowie.
That was the first pitch by Paul Stanley too. So I mean that's got to hurt your confidence a lot right there.
It's 19 runs.
Yeah, 19.
My math's off today. Our scoreboard person. He just ain't cutting it.
He's got us off a little bit today. It's old Blake Muncie over there.
Yeah, bases clearing home run right there. And Dalton Armstrong is now up, and he's hit 5 or 6 home runs.
Yeah, he's a threat to hit home runs too. You got to keep that ball low.
And right now, if you're George With, you're just wondering where are we going to get this third out?
Yeah, how are we going to get this third out? And they got more outs to get too. It's only the second inning.
Oh yeah, we've got to
play 6 more outs after this out. So
yeah.
It ain't been easy to come by outs. They've only got 5.
Maybe Chilhowie will start bunting.
I don't see Jeff Robinson doing that.
Yeah, me neither.
This game's been on for an hour and still in the second inning.
19-0 in the bottom of the second. We've got a 3-0 count on Dalton Armstrong. So they haven't. George With really hasn't came out. Maybe it's because they had to play 8 innings on Saturday.
If you have the chance, you need to tune in tonight because I believe it's going to be a really good game tonight. Really close game. Holston's won all their matchups against Northwood, but 2 of the games they've only won by 1 run. So pretty even teams
the
right
fact
there.
that they've seen each other 3 times, that's going to be a good game.
It's hard to beat a team 4 times in one season, so it's going to be tough for Holston, I believe.
And what would be a better time to beat Holston if you're Northwood than in the tournament?
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter if you're 19-1 like Chilhowie or whatever, or 20-1. That's what they're going to be.
Whatever Holston is, I mean, they haven't really played anybody. So it's what you do in the postseason.
Well, Holston's 16-3, but that's a very fake number.
Yeah,
they played not very good schools. So
yeah, their non-district schedule this year's been Rye Cove, Twin Springs, Twin Valley.
Let me wrap up this inning.
Montcalm from West Virginia.
Wrap up this inning, and then we'll talk about Holston. So Armstrong strikes out swinging, so that's going to be the end of a very long inning. That was the longest inning I've ever had to deal with.
I believe it was really long.
So we've got at the end of 2 innings, as we go into the top of the third, Chilhowie leads the Warriors. Chilhowie leads the Maroons 19-0.
That's rough. And
so what was you going to say about Holston?
Their non-district schedule is Rye Cove, Twin Springs, Twin Valley, Montcalm, West Virginia, Graham, and they also played Rural Retreat and Northwood as non-district schedules in a tournament. And that's not really, I mean, when you look at the other teams in the district, like Patch Henry and Chilhowie and George With,
tougher schedules.
They've played a lot tougher schedules this year. I mean, Holston, I expect them to need to play some harder people next year. See how good they really are.
Yeah, it's sort of like a little mask they're wearing with that.
Yeah.
We start off the season 13-1.
Like a couple years ago up here at the football field when they started the season off 6-0, they rolled into Patch Canyon when we beat them and they got all mad.
Yeah,
they started throwing trash a little bit and
yeah.
stuff. But the thing was they hadn't really played anybody yet, so I don't know why they were mad. They were just mad because they finally got beat.
I remember that game.
It was a good game. 4th down and Holston's quarterback John Pratt spiked it on 4th down. I'm not really sure what he was thinking right there.
Yeah, it's not our fault though, is it? That was a big time win too.
That was a big time win. And the thing was, Holston was about to score and it was 4th down, so it's a good stop by Patch Canyon defense.
So leading off the top of the 3rd inning is John Dieters. He's got a 2-0 count or a 1-1 count.
Here comes the pitch right here.
The 1-1 pitch is on the way. It's going to be a strike, so we're at a 1-2 count.
Sheets has had a pretty good day. He's only given up 2 runs. So, 2 hits.
Yeah.
No runs. I bet you George West wished they had 2 runs.
Yeah, at this point. Of course, I don't really think it matters.
That's a bad
3rd
pitch
strike
right there.
swinging in the dirt. They're going to go ahead and throw him out right there on first.
Curveball in the dirt right there. You got to lay off that as a hitter. You got to expect that.
So a quick out right there for George Wythe as Caleb Sheets gets Dieter's swing. Now batting is Paul Stanley. He's the pitcher now for the Maroons. And Chilhowie right now is just trying to finish this thing out. The thing is not to waste any more pitching.
Yeah, that's what they want to do.
They want
I'm
Sheets
not so
to
sure
go
if
the
I
distance.
would take Sheets out. Considering he is their best pitcher, maybe pitch someone maybe not as equal as value to them.
Yeah, maybe they bring
save
in
him for the region game. But of course they do have a law to the region game, so the number of innings he has to pitch, it won't affect him.
The first pitch to Dieters is a ball,
which is really something we shouldn't have to worry about with that new pitching rule. I don't really think we should have it.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things you got to abide by. Sheets is going to hit Stanley right there, so he's going to trot down to first base.
Hey, you get on base any way you can right there, Paul Stanley. You'll
Stanley
take it. That's a free base right there. George was struggling to get on base right now, so they need
maybe they can make something out of this, sort of put up a fight here.
Let's hope.
Jacob Collins.
Now up to bat Jacob Collins, number 15. Hopefully he can move Paul Stanley over with the base hit because he really doesn't need to get an out right here. Be 2 outs.
Yeah, he's the second baseman for this George Wythe team. We'll see what he does.
George Wythe's last 4 runners on so far, so they haven't had a really good start right yet.
Of course, what's 4 runners? It's 19 to nothing.
That's true, but that might have built their confidence.
Well, yeah, they might have played
the
better.
confidence goes a long way.
Collins is going to pop it up behind home plate.
See if catcher T.J. Lewis.
Lewis is going to snag it, so that's going to be the second out of the inning. It's bad to get out, but it's even worse to foul out. It's not a very good feeling.
Especially when you're fouling out to the catcher.
Up to bat the Maroons, number 6.
So that's going to be the second out of the inning as Cade Holliday comes in to the plate. He's the left fielder for this George Wythe team. He's also the 5-hole hitter. So we'll see what he does with a runner on first and 2 outs.
Here comes a pitch from Sheets.
It's going to be lined back up the middle for a base hit.
That was a good job.
Everybody's going to stay. So we've
Holliday sending that pitch right back to Sheets.
So now we've got runners on first and second with a number 6-hole hitter Bryce Grimes. He's number 17, and he is the third baseman.
First 3 innings, George Wythe's been able to get runners on first and second, but they haven't been able to do anything with it. So maybe the 3rd inning they can do something with it. Let's hope.
Yeah, if they could have jumped on right there at the first inning, it really would have made a difference.
That would have been big for George Wythe. Held their confidence. Maybe show Chilhowie if they meant business today.
First pitch to Grimes is a curveball. It's high for a ball. 1-0.
It's got 2 outs right here. Sheets looking to get this out right here real quick. Get back in there. And I guess Chilhowie's going to score some more runs unless George Wythe can get some outs real quick.
Unless George Wythe can buy a couple outs. Second pitch swinging for a strike, so we're back to an even 1-1 count. Grimes can help his cause here.
Here comes a pitch from Sheets. So he looks at the runner from second.
Down in the dirt for another ball, so we're at a 2-1 count.
Good block right there by Lewis, number 22.
Yeah, Lewis is a quality catcher for this Chilhowie team.
He is. He's better offensively than he is defensively, I believe anyway. He's got a pretty good bat.
2-1 is inside for a ball, so we're to a 3-1 count. Sheets is in danger of walking. The bases loaded with Randy Toole on deck, the center fielder. 3-1 is on the outside corner for a strike with a fastball.
That was a good pitch right there by Sheets. He painted that outside corner.
You see Sheets, he really doesn't show any
Grimes, he didn't
emotion
think that was a strike.
out there either.
No, that's what you need to do as a pitcher. You can't show any emotion when you're on the field.
Full count.
Can't give that team any
The pitch is hit to second base. Nobody's going to be able to make a play there, so it's going to be an infield single for Grimes.
Now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Hopefully George Wythe can do something right here. As Randy Toole comes up to bat. He's playing center field for him.
We'll see what Toole does. Here we got bases juiced here and 2 outs.
Hopefully he can be a hitter right here and get a single or get a base hit. They really need some runs.
Yeah, any way you can get them. We'll see
It'd be
what
rough
Toole.
to get shut out in the last game of the year.
Yeah, you definitely don't.
Which is
want
what
to.
happened to Aurora Treat Saturday.
Yeah, with Northwood beating them 4-0.
Yeah, and Jason Prater pitching a shutout for the 2nd straight year.
2-hit shutout too.
2-hit shutout.
Jason
Pretty
Prater, they went ahead and used him in the first round, the first
I
satellite
expect
game.
today that they'll probably end up pitching Austin Robbins, considering that's probably their best pitcher.
Yeah, Austin Robbins is good, and they've also got some pretty good hitting as well. Jason Prater can hit. Robbins can also
they do.
play.
They're a good team.
They got a pretty good defense too. Northwood does. They've really, not really done as well as we thought they would in anything this year. We really expected them. Let's go ahead and sum up this inning. That's going to be a strikeout right there for Randy Toole. He will go down with the bases loaded. So we'll go ahead and go into the bottom of the 3rd inning with the Warriors of Chilhowie leading the Maroons of George with 19-0. So
Chilhowie's only had 10 hits, so that's 9 runners that got on base by error or walk.
And that's just
in 1 hit by pitch.
Things have really not worked out well for George Wythe. If you've been listening, 19-0. Just not a lot of things. Not a lot of plus sides to look forward to. Looks like Northwood's here. I see Austin Robbins and Jason Prater walking around in the outfield. So
yeah, they're ready to play.
Here.
Holston's over there getting some batting practice in the cage, getting ready to take on Northwood for the 4th time this year, which is unheard of.
And that's going to be an exciting matchup. We're anticipating it to be.
Oh yeah, it should be a really good game. I kind of expect Northwood to have a little bit of the upper hand considering they haven't won. They got a little bit of grit about them, I hope.
Yeah, I think
they'll come in and finally beat them.
It's hard to not think Northwood's going to win this game.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Because, I mean, even though
and what's surprising
Holston has the better record,
yeah.
but Northwood comes through and they've went 12-9 this season.
And George Wythe was able to beat Holston this year, which is surprising to many people because they didn't think it was going to happen.
Game.
It was 5-12, so they beat him pretty heavily.
Yeah, I mean, just beating George Wythe, especially even though it was at home.
Yeah.
I mean, they got beat by George Wythe 12-5 at home, so that makes it even worse.
That says something. I mean, that shows you how, even though their record's as good as it is, they may not be as good as you think they are.
Yeah, it's just not, the way they started, it's sort of not, it's not the way they wanted because they were in a position where they got beat by Chilhowie twice, of course. And then they were really out of position after that because Chilhowie wasn't going to lose to anybody else. They had a close call with Patrick Henry, though.
6-3. The first baseman, Dalton Armstrong, he had a 2-run home run. So if he wouldn't have hit that home run, it'd been 4-3. It might have been a different ball game. You never know. Patrick Henry left some runners on base to hurt him a little bit.
Getting ready to see what Chilhowie does here in this inning as Corey Heath's
Chilhowie's a good baseball team, but I don't know if they're going to win state this year. They don't seem like they have as much pep about them as they did last year. There's something missing.
Oh, now batting is Josh Dolinger. So we've had a lot of changes here with the
Josh Dolinger's coming in to hit for
Corey Heath.
So he'll be playing third base. So his day appears to be over.
It's an early exit for some of these Chilhowie starters.
It's 19-0, so Robinson's probably going to get some players playing time right now.
This will probably help them as far as rest for some of the pitchers. Well,
so
you're not going to have to. You're not in a close game, so you're not going to have to worry about bringing in relievers.
No, you're not.
Yeah, so now batting is, who is that?
Batting for number 24, Dalton, or not Dalton Armstrong. It's he subbed in for Corey Heath. Josh Dolinger. Is our colleague Blake Muncie helps us out with that.
Yeah, we're about to get our updated lineup sheet. We've had a lot of changes for Chilhowie.
And George Wythe, as that matters, they've had 3 pitchers already.
We've had a lot of people sliding around here, and it's 19-0.
Bottom of the third inning is a 1-1 count.
Chilhowie, yeah, so things aren't really going well. The 1-1 pitch is fouled off by Dolinger.
Paul Stanley's pitching for George Wythe. He's got a 1-2 count. He's hoping to get an out right here.
Yeah, here, especially in the bottom of the third, we'll just have to see how long they're going to leave him in. Of course, the season looks to be over for
George Wythe
at 4-17.
They haven't had a very good year this year either. They have faced a pretty tough schedule this year, though. I mean, you got to get better by playing tough teams.
Especially with a first-year coach.
Yeah, especially
1-2 pitch was high for a ball, so we're at an even 2-2 count.
It's really figuring out what your players can and can't do.
One's going to get fouled off down the first base line, so we're still stuck on 2-2.
Dolinger's bowing a little bit right here, hoping to get a base hit.
Yeah, coming in off the bench, we'll see how he does.
Number 24 is up to bat.
So the 2-2 to Dolinger. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
I believe that might be that's the second strikeout tonight for George Wythe, I believe.
Yeah, the second strikeout.
Number 13, Dalton Bennett.
Because Jeffrey Johnson struck
Yeah, he
out.
struck out on that, and they tried to steal it. They didn't get him.
And now batting is Dalton Bennett. He's come in for Tyler Pierce.
So Bennett will probably be playing shortstop unless Pierce decides to re-enter.
It seems like that's what's going on.
And George Wythe's, they're making some changes in the outfield. Center fielder and the right fielder are both being replaced. Going to center field is number 11, and going to right field is number 21.
We'll have to see those changes as we get the lineups.
Going to center field is number 11, Darius Moore, and going to right field is number 21, Josh Krieger.
Josh Krieger. So those are your changes for George Wythe. That was a weird middle of the inning change
It
here.
is a weird change. I guess they're just wanting to get those guys some playing times. Maybe they're seniors or something. Could be their last game. Want them to play a little bit.
Plus, you know, what do you need to go ahead and let everybody play
Yeah,
since
it's
19.
19-0. I mean, you can't really do anything about it right now.
You can't say George Wythe didn't have their chance though in the first inning.
No, they did. They've had it every inning. They've left 7 runners on base, so that's tough to deal with.
Oh yeah, especially
no runs, 7 runners left on base.
You've got to take advantage of everything.
Especially when you're playing a team like Chilhowie.
Or you've got to hope they're off, which they're not going to be for the tournament, I don't think. Coach Robertson's a good coach.
And I think tomorrow that'll be a good game, whoever they have to play.
Yeah, I like that matchup either way.
I do too.
Pitch by Tool was hit by Bennett.
Grimes makes a good play right there. It's a close play at first base, but he's able to get the throw over there in time.
So that's a out right there for George Wythe on Chilhowie.
Thanks to Paul Stanley, Bryce Grimes was able to get that out. Paul Stanley, he's made a couple errors this tournament, so.
Yeah, so.
Up to bat, I believe, is another substitute. Maybe.
We'll have to get his number. Who is this? Dalton Thomas.
Dalton Thomas is up to bat now for the Warriors as he enters play second base for Reed Sturgill. And it's a 0-1 count with 2 outs for George Wythe. So he's able to get 2 quick outs. Now it's 0-2. So hopefully this will be a quick inning for George Wythe. Maybe get back in, maybe do something on offense.
At least get a couple runs, right?
Yeah, they need something.
Come away with something.
Something productive.
Don't ever want to get shut out. But
especially in the last game of the year.
So we've got an 0-2 pitch here.
That was a good
outside
placement.
for a ball.
Outside the ball, outside.
So we've got a 1-2 count here on Dalton Thomas for Chilhowie.
Paul Stanley's looking for a strikeout right now. Really wants to get out of this inning and get back in.
The 1-2 on the way. It's high above his head for a ball. We've got a 2-2 count.
Right there, the batter be
like a little stare down right there.
Yeah, right there. Batter be a little careful right there. Drop that bat, might end up fouling it off.
He didn't get that bat down.
Now we have deuces, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Chilhowie leads 19-0 over George Wythe. So
here's the pitch.
Outside for a ball, so we're at a 3-2 full count here on Dalton Thomas.
Stanley really doesn't want to lose him right here. He really needs to
Stanley
get this
went
out.
down 0-2, so you don't when you go up 0-2 on a batter, you don't anticipate to get back to a full 3-2.
There's
the
a
3-2
strikeout.
swung on and missed for
George
strike
was actually
3.
able to go 3 up, 3 down.
So finally the Warriors go down quietly without scoring anything.
Stanley, he stared down Dalton Thomas there at the end of that at bat after he struck him out a little bit. Maybe a little hatred going on right there or something.
Maybe a little pass. Maybe a pass.
A little interesting. Maybe have a brawl here later.
So Sheets is warming up here as we go into the top of the fourth. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
At third base is Hogo. Shortstop is Keith. Left field's Dustin Creasy. No, second base ain't Heath. He's playing shortstop. Yeah. Who's playing right field? Dalton Bennett.
All right, we're going live in 9 seconds.
All right.
7, 6. And leading off the top of the fourth inning for the George Wythe Maroons is Grant Anders, the shortstop for this George Wythe team.
There's been a few defensive changes for Chilhowie this inning. I guess they're wanting to get some playing time. Dalton Bennett is going into right field as Jeffrey Johnson moves to center, and it appears that Pierce, his day playing shortstop's over as Heath came over to play shortstop, and Forrest Hagan.
Yeah, they're probably going to go ahead and rest Pierce for
tomorrow. Apparently he's probably going to be pitching. That's a smart move by Robinson right there.
First pitch was a ball on the outside.
Keep him fresh, keep him from getting injured or tired, fatigued any. And that's a foul ball out of play back behind the catcher.
We've got a 1-1 count here on Grant Anders as Caleb Sheets is looking to get out, go ahead and get through another quick inning. He's had a very good outing here today. You think Sheets needed this outing, though, after what had happened against Holston, where he gave up 6 runs.
Top of the fourth right now, so.
As far as confidence boost, this is a pretty big confidence boost for a pitcher.
Yeah.
Howie
will have one more at bat after George Wythe just
strike 3 called on looking, so Grant Anders goes down looking for the first out of the inning. Now batting is Josh Krieger. He's come in for Ryan Basie.
Yeah, he's playing right field now. Getting his first at bat of the day.
First pitch is a strike.
It was inside a little bit, but umpire called it a strike. Guess he's probably wanting to get this game over with. Right there by Krieger. So
the 0-1 is swung on and missed, so we're at a 0-2 count here. And Sheets is just pretty much throwing anything he wants, and they're swinging.
They're not very confident up there at the plate. They want to get home.
0-2 is a curveball in the dirt for a ball, so we're back to a 1-2 count here on Krieger.
Sheets wasn't a bad pitch in an 0-2 count right now. I think I'll just throw something in there and let him hit it. Our defense has been playing pretty good today.
Yeah, this game just got out of hand in the second inning. Really bad. Batted around really twice, pretty much.
First inning was pretty detrimental, too. So Haga hit that home run on a 3-0 count.
With runners on third and second. So.
It was a big hit from Haga, who's had big hits all year.
The 2-2 pitch is on the way. Strike 3 swinging on the curveball, so that's the second strikeout of the inning for Caleb Sheets. He's putting them up and setting them down right now.
Yeah, he's trying to get his third strikeout of the inning right now. We'll see what he can do.
See if he can strike out the side.
Against number 23, Combs, who struck out last at bat too, so that's lingering in his head a little bit.
See what's going to happen here. The first pitch is on the way. It's outside for a strike, right on the black of the plate.
Threw that curveball in there, broke in there. Combs may not be used to that left-hand curveball.
Whenever you're not used to seeing lefties, you're not used to seeing the break on that coming from that angle.
There's another curveball down in the dirt.
We got a 1-1 count now on Combs. Combs was a starting pitcher for George Wythe against Patrick Henry in the first round game. He's more sidearm. He's more underneath.
He's a very slow pitcher. Try to get you off your bounce, keep you on your front foot a little bit.
Third pitch is away for a ball. And another thing, I think George Wythe put everything into that first game against you all.
They did. They threw Grimes a little bit. He might be a little tired. That might be why he wasn't pitching as well. Now there's deuces again.
Yeah,
2
fourth
balls,
pitch is
2
a strike,
strikes, 2 outs. She's trying to get third strike out of the inning.
Let's see what Sheets does here. The 2-2's on the way. Curveball fouled off down the third base line.
I had a way to fight right there for Combs right there. That probably would have been a strike if he wouldn't have swung, because I had a way to foul it off. Couldn't really do much with that curveball.
Sheets was wanting to strike out the side right there. You could tell. He's going to get another curveball, though.
I believe he is. You're that. I might throw a fastball up. I don't think he's going to catch up to it.
The 2-2 is on the way to Combs. Fastball, check swing. Did he go? He did. Strike 3.
Right there was that
Caleb
fastball
Sheets
up high like I was expecting to throw.
Caleb Sheets strikes out Tanner Combs and strikes out the side.
That check swing, I just
2 swinging and 1 looking. So a good inning right there for Caleb Sheets as the Warriors lead 19-0 over George Wythe here in the semifinals of the 2013 Hogo Tourney baseball tournament.
Bottom of the 4th inning, they still got 1 more at bat, so
maybe
I don't think they'll do too much. I think they're just going to get some guys in there and get some reps. That's what I would do. And have a little sportsmanship.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. We'll do it after. Who does? 13 seconds. All right. Welcome back to the PHTV's coverage of the 2013 Hogo Tourney baseball tournament. The Warriors of Chilhowie lead the George Wythe Maroons 19-0 here as we go into the bottom of the 4th inning.
Hopefully this will be a quick inning for George Wythe. They can get these Chilhowie batters out and then get back in there. Hopefully Chilhowie can get them out and we get this game out of the way and get moved on to what is the premier game tonight. What I expect to be the best game.
Yeah, we're really excited about that one. But
up to bat now for Chilhowie's another substitute, number 15.
We'll have to get a number on that. First pitch is a strike.
Josh Wagner has come in to hit number 15 for Forrest Haga. The first pitch was a strike, so now here comes the second pitch.
Second pitch is fouled away for a strike as well, so we're at a 0-2 count here quickly on Josh Wagner.
Comes George Wythe's pitcher looking to get another strikeout. He had 2 last inning.
0-2's on the way, off speed, high for a ball, so 1-2 count.
Gotta be careful with that curveball, leaving it up there. Don't want to leave one hanging.
Especially if it was Haga up there, that would have been bouncing off the football field.
Or Armstrong. Really, just about anybody in Chilhowie's lineups.
Gonna hit that